Hello students. So here we are going to solve the one case study here. So in the case study they will give you a 10 transactions which you have to journalize the transaction and identify the ledgers, groups and vouchers of these transactions. So let us go to the one problem here. So the journalize the transaction and identify the ledgers, groups and vouchers. The first transaction 1/4/2016, Asha commenced business with Rs 1 lakh. Second transaction 2/4/2016, purchased goods from Ash Enterprises worth Rs 1000 by cash. Third transaction 3/4/2016, purchased furnitures from Kumar Furnitures worth Rs 3000 on credit. Fourth transaction 4/4/2016, Rs 50,000 cash deposited at Syndicate Bank. Fifth transaction 9/4/2016, sold goods to Arjun Private Limited worth Rs 5,000 on credit. Sixth transaction 3/5/2016, paid factory rent Rs 6,000. Seventh transaction 5/5/2016, received cash Rs 4,000 by Arjun Private Limited. Eighth transaction 6/5/2016, purchased office stationery worth Rs 2,000. Ninth transaction 10/5/2016, paid telephone bills Rs 600. Tenth transaction 14/5/2016, wages paid to workers Rs 2,000 through Syndicate Bank check. So these are the 10 transactions they have given. You have to journalize the transactions and identify the ledgers, groups and vouchers and enter in the tabular formats. Let us begin. Before going to solve the case study, first we have to know about the journal, ledger, groups and vouchers. So journal, it is a book of primary entry or original entry. Whenever the transaction takes place, immediately entry is made in this book. It is a book which contains the chronological record of transactions. Ledger, a ledger is the actual account head to identify your transactions and are used in all the accounting vouchers. Ledgers that have the transactions of same natures are classified under one group. For example, SBI account, Arun account, electricity expenses account, salary account, telephone bill accounts, rent accounts, etc. Groups. Group is a collection of ledgers of a same nature of transactions. In Tally, we have 28 predefined groups, or you can create your own groups also. So for example, bank accounts. Under bank account groups, we have got the different types of ledgers like Syndicate Bank account, Canara Bank account, Corporation Bank account, ICICI Bank account, etc. They all comes under the group that is bank accounts. And capital accounts. In the capital accounts, the capital is the owner's investment. So it is the capital account. So in the capital account, if there is a partnerships, so we have got the different names of the ledgers. So for example, Arun account, Asha account, Baswaraj account, etc. So these are all accounts comes under the capital account groups. And indirect expenses. So we have in the company we have got the different types of indirect expenses. They have got the different types of ledger heads. So these are all ledger heads comes under the indirect expenses. For example, telephone expense, telephone bill expenses, or office rent, or salary paid to the office staff. They are all comes under the indirect expenses. Direct expenses. So there are the sum of the direct expenses will be made. So for example, in the company we have got the direct expenses like wages account, and then purchase of materials, etc. So they are all comes under the direct expense groups. vouchers. Vouchers are used to record the day-to-day transaction. It is a supporting document for the transactions. So we have to pass the vouchers when the transaction is made. So for example, there is the payment vouchers, receipt vouchers, sales voucher, contra vouchers, debit note, credit note, sales. Let us begin to solve the problem. The first transaction, which is made on the 1/4/2016, Asha commenced business with Rs 1 lakh. Here, Asha invested the amount in the company. Asha is the owner of the company. She invested the amount. So in every transaction there are two accounts. So in every transaction there are the two accounts. So we have to identify. So here the Asha is the owner. So is the person. So is the person who invested the amount in the company. So therefore we have to create a Asha account. So Asha accounts, it comes under the personal account. And then she invested the amount. There is a cash. The cash is being invested in the company. So this is a cash. It comes under the real account. So we have to, before entering these transactions, first we have to know about the accounting rules. For the ledger, that is the Asha. So it is the personal account. So personal account rules say that debit the receiver, credit the giver. And then for the cash, it is a real account. So real account rules is that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. In the journal entry, first we have to enter the debit and then the credit. So here the cash account. So cash account, it is a real account. So cash account says the real account says that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the cash, it comes into the company. So therefore it is to be entered in the debit side. So therefore cash account 1 lakh rupees in the debit side. And the Asha account we have created the capital account. So it is a capital account or Asha account. So Asha is the owner invested in the company. So the Asha account. So Asha is a personal account. So personal account rule says that debit the receiver, credit the giver. So Asha is a giver. So therefore it will be entered in the credit side. So Asha account 1 lakh credit account. So identify the ledger. Ledger is the head of account. So there is the cash account. So first there is a cash. So therefore cash account. So it's in the groups it comes under the cash in hand. So it is cash in hand. And then the Asha account or the capital account. So it is the Asha is a personal account we have created. That is a Asha account. So it is comes under the group that is capital account. So here we have to pass the voucher. That is a receipt voucher which is being passed because we have received the cash for the company. So company received the cash, hence we have passed the receipt voucher. So here we begins with the second transaction, that is 2/4/2016, purchased goods from Ash Enterprises worth Rs 1000 by cash. So the company purchased the goods from the Ash Enterprises by paying the cash here. So therefore the purchased goods is the real account because the goods are the tangible accounts. So therefore it comes under the real account. And cash, so cash is the real account. So real account rule said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So as we journal entry, so date 2/4/2016, particulars, the purchase account. So we are creating the purchase account here. So goods are being purchased. So therefore we have created the ledger account, that is a purchase account, and then debit for that because the goods comes into the company. So therefore it is a debit side. So purchase account comes under the debit side. and to cash account. So cash is a real account, real accounts, the credit what goes out. So cash went out of the company. So therefore it is in the credit side. So purchase account, debit side, and then to cash account, that is the credit side we have entered. So here the purchase account, the ledger name is the purchase account. So it is a groups, under groups it comes the purchase accounts, and then the ledger cash account, it comes under the cash in hand account. So the voucher, so voucher is the payment voucher, because the payment voucher is passed because the company made the cash payment. So company made the cash payment, hence we pass the payment voucher. Let us the third transaction, 3/4/2016, purchased furnitures from Kumar Furnitures worth Rs 3,000 on credit. So here the company purchases the furnitures from the Kumar Furnitures on credit. So there is no involvement of the cash. So it is on the base of the credit we have purchased. Hence the accounts heads are the furnitures and then Kumar Furnitures. So Kumar Furnitures is the sundry creditor who provide the furnitures on the base of the credit. He is the supplier who supply the goods on the base of the credit. Hence it called it as the sundry creditor. So here the furnitures. So furnitures is a real account, and then Kumar Furnitures is the personal account. So real account rules said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. The personal account rule said that the debit the receiver and credit the giver. So now let us make the journal entry. So date 3/4/2016, the particulars, the account head, so that is the ledger head, that is the furniture account. So it is the furniture account. It is in the debit side because the furnitures account is the real account. So furniture account is the real account. Real account rule said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the furnitures comes into the company, hence it is in the debit side, and then the to Kumar Furnitures account. So Kumar Furnitures account ledger we have created, that is a Kumar Furnitures account. So it is the personal account. So personal account rule said that debit the receiver, credit the giver. Who is the giver? Is the Kumar Furniture. So Kumar Furnitures account is the giver, hence it is in the credit side. We have entered in the credit side, Kumar Furnitures. And ledger head, the furniture accounts, it comes under the groups, that is the fixed assets. So we have fixed assets, we have purchased the furnitures here. So furniture comes under the fixed assets group. And then the ledgers. In the ledger, Kumar Furniture account. So Kumar Furnitures account. So Kumar Furniture account, Kumar Furniture is supplying the furnitures on the base of the credit. So therefore he is called the sundry creditor. Groups it comes under the sundry creditor group. And then the vouchers we have passed, that is the purchase voucher. So purchase voucher is passed because the company purchased the goods on the base of the credit. So when you purchase any items on the base of the credit, so if we purchase any items on the base of the credit, we have to pass the purchase voucher. The fourth entry. So on the 4/4/2016, Rs 50,000 cash deposited at the syndicate bank. So company deposited the Rs 50,000 cash in the syndicate bank. So means they have opened the syndicate bank account. So here the cash is a real account, and then syndicate bank is the personal account. So we go through the journal entry. So date 4/4/2016. So particulars, in the particulars, the head of the account, that is the syndicate bank. So syndicate bank is a personal account. So personal account rule said that debit the receiver and credit the giver. So syndicate bank is the receiver. So hence it is the receiver. So therefore it is on the debit side. So bank received the amount. So therefore it is in the debit side. And then to cash account. So cash it is the real account. So real account said that the debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So here the cash is go out from the company. So company is investing the amount in the syndicate bank. So it's the amount it is going out of the company. So hence it is in the credit side. We have entered the credit side. So therefore to cash account it is in the credit side. So ledger heads, that is the syndicate bank account. So syndicate bank account, it comes under the groups, that is the bank accounts. And then the cash account. So cash account, it comes under the cash in hand groups. So the vouchers. So voucher we have passed, that is the contra voucher. So contra voucher is passed because the transaction is between the cash to bank. So whenever the transaction is made between the cash to bank or bank to cash, or any transaction is between the bank to bank, these are all comes under the contra vouchers. So hence we have to pass the contra vouchers. So contra vouchers are being passed because of the transaction is between the cash to bank. Now the fifth transaction, so that is 9/4/2016, sold goods to Arjun Private Limited worth Rs 5,000 on credit. So here the company sold the goods to the Arjun Private Limited on the base of the credit. So there is no involvement of the cash. Hence Arjun Private Limited is the personal account, and then sold goods. So goods is sold goods. It's the real account. Sold goods, it comes under the sales account. So it's the sales account. We have sold goods. So sold is the sales. So it is a real account. So now the journal entry. So date 9/4/2016. The particulars, the head of the ledger. So here the Arjun Private Limited. So Arjun Private Limited is the personal account. So personal account rule said that debit the receiver, credit the giver. So here Arjun Private Limited is the receiver of the goods. Hence it comes under the debit side. So Arjun Private Limited account, it comes under the debit side. 5,000 is debited. And then to sales account. Now the sales sold the goods to the Arjun Private Limited on the base of the credit. So therefore it is the head of the account is the sales account. So sold means it is the sales account. So sales account is the real account. So real account rule said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the goods goes out from the company. So therefore it comes under the credit side. So sales account is the credit. So ledger head, the Arjun Private Limited account, he has purchased the goods on the base of the credit. He has purchased the goods. So we sell the goods to the Arjun Private Limited. So therefore it is the sundry debtor. So he is a sundry debtor. The groups comes under the Arjun Private Limited account. Ledger account comes under the sundry debtor. And then the sales account. The sales account, it comes under the groups sales accounts. So we have to pass the voucher, that is the sales voucher. So sales voucher is a passed because the sales is made on the credit base. When there is no involvement of the cash, so hence we have to pass the sales voucher, because there is on the base of the credit we have made the transactions. So therefore we have to pass the sales voucher. The sixth transaction, 3/5/2016, paid factory rent Rs 6,000. Here the factory rent is being paid on the 3/5/2016. The factory rent. So factory rent is a expense. So expense is a nominal account. So factory rent is a nominal account, and then Rs 6,000 is the cash. So therefore it is the real account. So in the journal entry, so that is in the date 3/5/2016. So particular heads. So that is a ledger head, that is the factory rent. So factory rent, it is the nominal account. So nominal account rule said that debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So here the expense. So debit all expenses and losses. So here the factory rent, it is an expense of the company. So hence it is the debit side. And then the cash account. So cash account, it is a real account. So real account rule said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So cash goes out of the company. Hence it is in the credit side. So ledger account, that is the factory account. So ledger account is the factory account. So it is comes under the direct expense. So factory rent. Now we have paid the factory rent. So factory rent always comes under the group that is the direct expense. So it is the direct expense. It is the factory rent. So factory rent, it is directly involved from it is the place where the manufacturing of the goods. It is directly involved in that, the manufacturing of the goods. So hence it is the direct expense. And the cash account. So cash account, it comes under the cash in hand. So it is a group that is a cash in hand. So let us pass the voucher. So it is the payment voucher. So payment voucher is passed because the rent is paid to the owner. So it is the payment is made by the company. So hence it is the payment voucher is passed. Now the seventh transaction on 5/5/2016, received cash Rs 4,000 by Arjun Private Limited. So here we received the cash from the Arjun Private Limited. So Arjun Private Limited is a sundry debtor. So who purchased the goods on the base of the credit. So on the base of the credit he purchased. Now he is paying the amount. So therefore the company received the cash Rs 4,000 by Arjun Private Limited. Here the real account, the cash is a real account, and then Arjun Private Limited is the personal account. So let us the journal entry 5/5/2016, the date, and then the particulars, that is the head of the ledger, that is the cash account. So cash account, it is a real account. Real account rule said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Here the cash comes into the company. So cash, it is comes into the company because Arjun Private Limited paid the amount to the company. So here therefore the cash is received by the company. It is in the debit side. And the personal account, there is a Arjun Private Limited is the personal account. So is a personal account. So it's so rule said that debit the receiver, credit the giver. So giver is the Arjun Private Limited. So Arjun Private Limited give the money to the company. They paid the amount to the company. Hence it comes under the credit side. So ledger head, that is the cash account, the group cash in hand, and then the Arjun Private Limited account. So Arjun Private Limited account is already we have created in the earlier transactions. So it comes under the sundry debtor. So the Arjun Private Limited is a sundry debtor because he purchased the goods on the base of the credit. So hence he comes under the sundry creditors. So vouchers we have passed. Receipt voucher. So receipt voucher, because the receipt voucher is passed because they received the cash from the Arjun Private Limited. Company received the amount from the Arjun Private Limited. Hence we pass the receipt voucher. Now the eighth transaction on 6/5/2016, purchased office stationery worth Rs 2,000. So here the purchased, so purchase the office stationery. Office stationery, it is an expense for the company. It is not an asset. It is the expense of the company. So therefore office stationery, it is the nominal account, and the cash Rs 2,000 we have paid the cash. It is the real account. So let us in the journal entry on the date 6/5/2016. The particulars, the ledger head, that is the office expense. We have the office stationery we have taken under the group, that is ledger head, that is the office expense. So in the office expense, it is the nominal account. So nominal account rule said that debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So office expense is an expense. So hence it is in the debit side. And then the real account. So real account is a cash. So cash account. So cash account, real account rule said that the debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So credit what goes out. Cash goes out from the company. Hence it is in the credit side we have entered. And in the ledger's heads, that is a office expense account. It comes under the indirect expense. Office expense is always comes under the indirect expenses. And then the cash account. So cash account, it is a group's cash in hand. And then the voucher we have passed, that is the payment voucher. So payment voucher is passed because the purchase is made through the cash payment. So payment is made for the purchase of the stationery items. Hence we pass the payment voucher. The ninth transaction, 10/5/2016, paid telephone bill Rs 600. So company paid the telephone bill. So telephone bill is the nominal account because it is an expense for the company. So telephone bill is the expense for the company. It comes under the nominal account, and Rs 600 we paid, that is the real account. Cash is being paid, it is a real account. So journal entry, date 10/5/2016, particulars, that is a head of the ledger. So telephone bill. So telephone bill account. So telephone bill, it is the nominal account. So nominal account rule said that debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. So it is the debit side. We have entered in the debit side because it is an expense for the company. So therefore the nominal account rule said that debit all expenses and losses. So it is a telephone bill, it is a expense, it is in the debit side. And then so cash, so we have made the cash payment. So cash payment, it is the real account. So real account rule said that debit what comes in, credit what goes out. So cash goes out from the company. So we have made the payment of the cash. So therefore it is the credit side. So ledger head, that is the telephone account, telephone bill account, and then it comes under the group, that is indirect expense. So it is telephone bill, it is the indirect expense under the group. And then the cash account, it comes under the group, that is a cash in hand. So voucher, that is the payment vouchers. So payment voucher has been passed because it is passed because the cash payment is made. So cash payment is made. So payment is made on the through the cash. So hence it is the payment voucher is being passed. Now the 10th transaction, it is 14/5/2016, wages paid to workers Rs 2000 through syndicate bank check. So here we paid the wages of the workers through the syndicate bank check. Through check we have made the payment. There is no involvement of the cash, but the payment is made through the syndicate bank here. So therefore the wages, so wages is an expense. So wages is an expense, it is the nominal account, and then there is a involvement of the bank is there. So therefore the syndicate bank, it is the personal account. It is the personal account. It comes under the personal account. So let us the journal entry on date 10/5/2016, the wages account. So wages account, it is the nominal account. So nominal account rule said that debit all expenses and losses, credit all incomes and gains. Wages is the expense of the company. So that is the debit side. It is entered in the debit side. So wages account, and then to syndicate bank account. So we have made the payment through the syndicate bank. So through syndicate bank we have made the payment. So syndicate bank, it is a account, it comes under the personal account. So personal account rule said that debit the receiver and credit the giver. So giver is a syndicate bank. So syndicate bank give the amount to the workers. So therefore it is the credit side. So syndicate bank account is the credit side, 2000. So in the ledger account, so that is the wages account, it is a ledger head, and then it comes under the groups, that is the direct expense. Here the wages, so wages, it's the payment is made through the worker who are directly involved in the production of the goods. So therefore it is the comes under the direct expense. So wages always the wages comes under the direct expense. And then the syndicate bank account. So syndicate bank, it is the personal account we have already created. That is a personal account. That is the syndicate bank account. It comes under the group, that is the bank accounts. So it comes under the group, that is the bank accounts. And then the voucher. So we have made the payment. So we have made the payment to the workers. So hence we pass the payment voucher. So payment voucher is passed because the payment is made through the bank check. So therefore it is the payment voucher being passed. So these are the 10 transactions we have made. So therefore we have made the journal entry, ledgers and groups and vouchers. We have identified all the transactions and ledger heads and then groups and vouchers. Let us, these entries are entered in the tabular format in the next slide. Let us enter these transactions in the tabular formats. So in the tabular format we are entering the transactions in the journal entry, ledger, group and vouchers. So there is a date, particulars, debit amount, credit amount, ledger, group and vouchers. 1/4/2016 cash account. So that is a debit account. So that is 1 lakh rupees. It comes under the ledger head, that is a cash account. Under groups, that is cash in hand. To Asha account. So Asha is the owner of the company who invested the amount. So capital investment. So it's or it is also called as the capital account. So credit side, it is 1 lakh rupees. So Asha account or capital account. Ledger head, there is a Asha account or capital account. Groups, that is capital account. So first transaction, the voucher is passed, that is a receipt voucher because company received the amount. On 2/4/2016 purchase account, debit 1,000 rupees and it comes ledger account, that is a purchase account and groups purchase accounts. And to cash account, so cash payment is made, so therefore it's the ledger account, that is cash account. So groups cash in hand. So the voucher being passed, that is the payment voucher. The payment, we purchase the goods on the base of the paying the cash. So that is the payment voucher. 3/4/2016 furnitures account. So there is a debit and then the ledger, there is the furniture account. So it is a fixed asset. So comes under the groups, that is a fixed asset. And 2 Kumar furnitures account. So Kumar furnitures is the creditors of the furnitures. So therefore it is a Kumar furnitures account, a ledger head, and then comes under the group, that is sundry creditors. So voucher is passed, that is a purchase voucher. On 4/4/2016 the syndicate bank account 50,000, syndicate ledger head, that is a syndicate bank, and groups bank accounts. 2 cash account. So cash is deposited in the syndicate bank. So cash account, ledger head, that is a cash account, and groups cash in hand. Voucher being passed, that is the contra voucher. So contra voucher means the transaction between the cash account to bank account. So it's the contra voucher. 9/4/2016 Arjun Private Limited account 5,000. Arjun Private Limited is the ledger head, and then the group, that is a sundry debtor. So Arjun Private Limited purchased the goods on the base of the credit. So we sold the goods to the Arjun Private Limited on the base of the credit. So therefore sundry debtor, he comes under the sundry debtor. Sales account. So next the sales account, that is the sales account, ledger head, and then groups, that is a sales accounts. So the voucher being passed, the sales voucher being passed because he purchased the goods on the base of the credit, or we sold the goods to the Arjun Private Limited on the base of the credit, hence we pass the sales voucher. On 3/5/2016 the factory rent account. So factory rent is been paid. So therefore the ledger head, that is the factory rent, it comes under the group that is the direct expenses, and then the cash account. So cash, the factory rent is paid through the cash. So therefore cash account. So ledger head, that is a cash account. So that is a group, that is a cash in hand. So voucher, for this transaction voucher is passed, it is the payment voucher, because the factory rent is paid through the cash payment. So then therefore we have passed the payment voucher. On 5/5/2016, cash account 4,000, and then cash account, because we have received the cash from the Arjun Private Limited. So cash account is received the amount to the company. So cash account, cash in hand, group, that is a cash in hand. And then 2, Arjun Private Limited. So Arjun Private Limited is a sundry debtor. So it is the ledger head, that is a Arjun Private Limited. So it is the group, that is a sundry debtor, we have already created in the earlier transaction. So it is a Arjun Private Limited. He purchased the goods on the base of the credit, or we sell the goods to the Arjun Private Limited on the base of the credit. So here therefore the Arjun Private Limited is the sundry debtor. So receipt voucher being passed, because we received the amount from the Arjun Private Limited. We received the amount from the Arjun Private Limited. So it's a receipt voucher being passed. On 6/5/2016, office expense account. So we have purchased the office equipments or the office purpose expense is stationery being purchased. So therefore the office expense account ledger head, and it comes under indirect expenses. And then we have made the purchase on the base of the cash. So cash purchase is being made. So therefore the ledger head, that is a cash account, cash in hand. So therefore the payment voucher being passed. The payment voucher being passed because of we purchased the office stationery by paying the cash. Therefore the payment voucher being passed. 10/5/2016, the telephone bill account. So telephone bill, we paid the telephone bill through the cash. So telephone bill account. So that is a telephone bill. It is a indirect expense. So it is a indirect expense of in the group. And then the cash. So cash account. So it is a cash in hand. So we made the payment of the telephone bill through the cash. Therefore we have passed the payment voucher. 10/5/2016, the wages account. So wages account is the direct expense. So we paid the wages of the workers through the bank check. So therefore the wages account, it is the direct expense. So wages is a ledger head, and it comes under the group, that is a direct expense. And then we paid the wages through the syndicate bank check. So therefore the syndicate bank account. So the syndicate bank account, it is a ledger head, and then it comes under the bank account. So we made the payment. So therefore the payment voucher is passed. So therefore this is the tabular format. In the examination you can write only the tabular format, not in details. So if you have the time, then only you can write the details. If you have write the tabular format, it is also correct. If you have written the tabular format, it is enough in the examination. So therefore you have to write the transactions in the tabular formats also. If you have any queries or any questions on the case study, you may feel free to contact me. Thank you students for hearing me. So in the next slide we will solve another case study. Thank you one and all.